Oh man, I was doing so well. Had like a good intro, the music like ended, and then I realized I was on mute. Let's start that over. Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren, otherwise known as Mrs. Tomato Head. Welcome to my live Thursday show, Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce, where I showcase 10 ish varieties each week that caught my eye, that I've recently gotten in, that I've had for a while, that I want. I don't think there's anything today that is on my wish list. I think I have everything. And just like 5 minutes ago, I got in something really, really exciting, but I didn't have enough time to prepare. So anyway, welcome to the show. For those of you watching live, thank you. You are the lifeblood of the show. If you are watching the recording, we love you too. I realize this time doesn't work well for everybody, and we are from all over the world. We have I saw Deborah Henderson's here. She's from Australia. So all places in the globe we are here from, because tomatoes know no boundaries. And I'm really glad that you guys can join me today and every Thursday, and my Tomato Tour Tuesdays if you're watching those too, because I have such fun with it. I'm feeling great. For those of you that have watched for a while, I've been dealing for the last like 2 months or so. I've been dealing with some health issues. I do live with a chronic illness, and I just finished my third round of steroids, and I'm feeling great. So I'm finally sending out some seeds again. It's really difficult when I have tremors to fill seeds. So for those of you who I still know, they are coming. And giving away new seeds today. In fact, I'm going to give away 3 prizes today for 3 live viewers. 2 are from me. One is from Robin Moulton, who so kindly after last week's show, she messaged me and said she wanted to give away a prize package. So her prize package is Kentucky Heirlooms. It's for one person. And the varieties are Hilltop, Greasy Creek, Blackberry, Wingo Wonder, and Vice Family. And then I'm giving away, I've already got them here, 2 of these packages. 2 of them I'm talking about today. So I'll talk about them later, but there's 1, 2, 3, there's 6 each in here. So if I owe you still, it is coming. I am organized, but when you're chronically ill, there's only so much you can do, and I do my best. If you're new to watching the show, the best way to watch is with a notepad and pen, in case you see something you'd like to add to the wish list, to your wish list rather. I co-admin the best tomato group on Facebook. It's called Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. We are Hope, I don't know if Hope is here. Hope put a lovely, lovely message in the group yesterday or the day before, just talking about the wonderful people we meet. You think we come together because we love tomatoes, right? We love to grow tomatoes, or perhaps we're just dipping a toe in growing tomatoes. Maybe we're just starting. But the people we meet are just so generous, and that includes all of you who are watching. So I thank you for watching. I thank you for being you. We really do attract not the drama queens and kings that happens in a lot of other groups, but just really kind, generous people who can't wait to give you the seeds you're looking for. So we have in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap on Saturdays, we have something called, how can I not remember? Seed Seeking Saturday. I only made it up 2 years ago. By the way, our 2-year anniversary of the group is, I think it's tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I think it's the 18th. So tomorrow will be 2 years since I not pulled the plug, but since I hit go on starting this Tomato Lovers Collective, because I was in other tomato groups, and just broke a nail. Interesting. Um, I wasn't finding the kindness, the goodness. You weren't allowed to share links. You weren't allowed to talk about vendors. It really just wasn't doing it for me. So I started the group, and within 24 hours, Kina said, "Can I help?" And Jen said, "Can I help?" So the three of us are co-admins together, and we really love it. I hope you guys love it too. But anyway, so a notebook and pen will be good. If you see something you like today, you can put it on there, add it to your wish list, and put it on. You can choose up to 5 varieties that you're looking for on Saturday, and perhaps somebody will get them for you. Or sometimes there's things that are just really, really hard to find. And, you may put them up multiple weeks, but we also have a most wanted post. It's your one most wanted. And that's an ongoing thing. It's been ongoing pretty much since day one of the group. And once that's found, and hopefully it is, you can switch it out for your next most wanted. If it is your first time watching, I do love bringing all of you into the conversation. If there are varieties I talk about that you've grown, or that you have grown in the past, or that you are growing this year, or that you want to grow, or perhaps it's already on your 2026 grow list, we want to hear about it. In fact, I want to hear from you. How is your season going so far? I just got an email from a tomato friend in Latvia, actually, Natalia from Lux Tomatoes, who I adore. She said that she's having some really lousy weather, cold and rainy. So she's a little concerned about her season. I'm talking about a couple of varieties that I got from her today. She's amazing. She's got amazing photos too. But anyway, happy to have you all. Before I get to some comments, and I want to get to them all, I am going to do one taste test today of something kind of special. So normally I do limited taste tests because Rob and I do this. This is like our thing we do at night. But I wanted to do this one with you guys, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Because one of you told me about this tomato, and I'm anxious to try it. Hope you watched last Friday. We had Tomato Talk Live. Jen and I do this once a month, Tomato Talk Live, and we had Ashley Essakin from Gardening in Canada on the show. Oh my God. If you watched the show, wasn't it great? She's amazing. She's amazing. So I hope you caught that. You can catch that. If you didn't catch it, you can catch it on my YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, or Jen's YouTube channel, Jen Joy. They're both on there, and you want to catch it. And then next month for our August episode, which is only a couple weeks away, August 1st, I believe, we've got Craig LaHoulier coming back. We love having Craig. So we're really just so fortunate and blessed with the guests that we have, topics that we do, and that you all want to join in with us. What other announcements did I want to say? I think that may have been it. Oh, one more. I post this every week, but mark your calendars for those of you who are able to travel. We are doing our very first annual tomato tasting and seed swap in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Now we've done plant swaps there. This was our second year. We did back in May, but it was suggested to us by the wonderful Carlisle crew who came that we should do a taste test. So many of us are going to come, and we'll bring whatever tomatoes we have going at the time. We'll taste. We'll bring seeds to share with each other. If it's too far for you, I know many of you, we had a lot of people a number of people travel from very far distances for the plant swap, and maybe bringing tomatoes just isn't realistic. Come anyway. Just come. You can still taste tomatoes. We'll have fun. We get to meet each other. Meeting each other in person is really, really special. Those of you who have met at least one other person from the group, you'll know that it's just so special. Life is so difficult, and we have this one thing in common. Well, probably have more things in common, but we have this one thing in common, and that we love love tomatoes. And so it's just fun. And so September 26th is the date. It's a Friday. We have the big pavilion again. It will be from 1 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are traveling, if you're flying in or whatever, there are lots of other things in the area. You can make a trip out of it. Hershey and Hershey Park is by there. Carlisle itself is nice. There's something, there was another one I thought of the other day. I forget. But there's lots of other things in the area. So bring your families, bring your kids. They did for the plant swap in May, and it was just fun. So whether or not you can bring tomatoes to taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you can come. And we just ask for a $5 donation when you get there, just to help offset the cost of the pavilion. So, all right, on that note, let's get to some comments. I saw our friend Sherman was here early. Hot day in New Jersey. It is a very hot day in New Jersey. Good day to stay inside for another exciting week of Tomato Awesome Sauce. Hello, fellow tomato family and friends. Sherman was part of the Carlisle crew, and meeting him was just delightful. Meeting everybody was so delightful. So, hi, Sherman. Glad you're here. Deborah, I'm sorry you can't sleep. I don't know if you haven't gone to sleep yet or if you just woke up super early, but maybe at this point you've fallen asleep. But if not, glad you're here. Dewana's here. It's a gloomy, rainy day here in my neck of the woods. So it's nice to have something bright to look forward to with all the tomato people. I agree. You know, I use WeatherBug app. I know there's lots of weather apps. I like WeatherBug. And I swear for the past week and a half, it has said rain every day. And it's just not raining. Oh, that's not true. Monday, we had a lot of rain. A lot of rain. In fact, Lucas Wallman, who's in Austria, messaged me and said, "Are you okay? I heard about the flooding in New Jersey." So all the way in Austria, that made news. Thankfully, I'm nowhere near where that was, but I know that some people were really inundated with flooding. My tomato plants really liked the rain. I shared that during my tomato tour on Tuesday. But yes, no flooding by me, but I know some areas got hit really hard. Who else do we have? We've got Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Thanks for being here. And Kristen, I saw this commented already. Your Nano's meatball finally having some fruit blushing. If it's your first time, I'm very curious to hear what you think. Somebody in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, a member, just a couple hours ago, put, if you could grow any 5 tomatoes, what would they be? And I chose that as one of them. Malachite box, suffer well. Those are no-brainers. I put Nano's meatball dwarf. What else did I put? Berkeley pink tie-dye. Forget what the other one was. I don't remember. But I'm very hopeful that at the end of this year, I'm going to have some new favorites, because I feel like I'm growing a lot of great ones. And I know you guys are too. Every year, the growing year seems to get more and more epic as more and more new things come out, as more things that are really hard to find get back into circulation. So can't wait. I'm really enjoying seeing everybody's photos. I know for some of us, I'm not really getting beefsteaks yet. We did get one, actually 2, but they're do you guys get, I'm sure you do, like the low hanging fruit on a tomato plant. It's like everything else is, interspersed in the foliage, but then there's one low hanging fruit. I've had that now twice with, what was it? Sophia's Maple Heart and Sophia's Sweet Truffle Heart, I think. And I found that that's not always the best gauge for a taste test, the first one. So I'm holding off. I used to review them right from that first get-go, those low-hanging fruit. And then I realized if I just wait a little bit, it tastes completely different. But the reason why I bring this up is I know so many are, down south, you've been getting tomatoes for a while. Overseas in Australia, you were getting, fruit a long time ago. And then for others like us up in northern climates, we're still waiting patiently for those delicious beefsteaks. They're hanging there. We've got fruit, but we're dying for a taste. So I do have a couple. Want to show you. Well, I'm going to taste one of them, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I wanted to show you these because they're just so beautiful. This is a variety from Sofia Sakova of Russia called Riddle of Strawberry Waterfall. And I picked 2 of these yesterday. How beautiful are these? And the plants are loaded, absolutely loaded with these. I know Linda, I don't know if you're here, Linda, but Linda, she's in Tennessee, so she's before me, and hers all looks like this too. I'm not going to taste these with you guys today. I'm saving that one for Rob, but I do have another one I'm going to taste with you guys today. That is like our special thing. Mr. Tomato Head really does exist. He just doesn't like to be on camera. But I think I think he's going to come to the tomato tasting. He put it on his calendar. So hopefully you guys can meet him there if you're going to come. Hi, Mayor from afar. Glad you're here. And Jess is here. Hi, Jess. And Blah Blah's here. Hello. Mike is here, ready to be tempted. I think I've got some good ones. I think I've got some good ones every week. And it happens so organically the way I pick. I don't, sweat it out and be like, okay, I've got to pick something. It really happens so organically. Like I'll see something on Instagram or something I have a very massive spreadsheet of everything that I have. And I probably don't even have half of what I have logged on it yet, but I'll scroll by something. I'll be like, that's a really cool one. I need to talk about it. And I do like the ones that have stories. I'm not sure if we've got any great stories today, but we do have some great tomatoes. Kristen says, prime rib dwarf, hands down so far, is my favorite in the garden. Anyone else growing this variety? I grew it last year. That's a variety from Bunny Hop Seeds from Heritage Seed Market. So, in fact, mine was only like 30 something inches tall. And I did an unboxing for Bunny Hop Seeds Bunny Hop Seeds is part of Heritage Seed Market. Ellie is the owner of Bunny Hop Seeds, and she was live chatting with us while I did the live unboxing. And I asked her, is prime rib supposed to be short? And she said, no. Yeah, it was a good one. I'm sure your plant is taller, but I'm glad you enjoy it. That's a good one. Jamie's here. Hey, Jamie. So excited to be here. Excited to have you. And Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. And here's Linda with Riddle of Strawberry Waterfall. I picked these yesterday. I didn't even see them starting to blush. Normally I pick at first blush. They're soft and ready to go. So I can't wait to taste them. Can't wait. Hi, Heidi. Thanks for being here. And Robin. Hi, Robin. Again, if you're just joining us, put in #tomato in the comments. I'll be doing 3 drawings for 3 lucky winners. Robin has kindly donated one of the prizes, a Kentucky Heirlooms package, which is Hilltop, Greasy Creek, Blackberry, Wingo Wonder, and Vice Family. Robin, thank you so much for your generosity. This group is so generous. And then I'm giving away two seed packages. Now that I'm feeling good, I can do seed orders again. Let's just hope I'm keeping a positive attitude, but I'm hoping it lasts because this is my 3rd round in 2 months and it has come back. But I have a good feeling about this one. I'm feeling great, and it feels great to feel great. I will tell you that those of you that live with chronic pain and illness, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, Rowena, nice to see you, my friend. And Nicole's here. You like the uplifting music. Thank you. I do too. I like the music too. Tara Dove is here. Hi, Tara Dove. And my buddy Olivia. Hi, Olivia. Thanks for being here. Jen Joy is here, my partner in crime. Hi, everyone. So happy to be here with you all. Hello, my amazing friend Lauren. I love you. I love you back. I'm getting some of your tomatoes that you gave me plants for, Jen. I just picked some caramel cordial and boxwood. I already had the Jack in a Box Dean's Dwarf. But yeah, yours are, I mean, they're smaller. I'm getting some of the smaller ones that are ripening so far, and 2 of those low-hanging beefsteaks. But I did see. Oh, you know what I saw blushing today? Oh shoot, what is it called? It's a rare one that I got from Tatiana from Tomato Eden. Sent it to me. I feel like it starts with an H. I'll think of it. But I saw that blushing, and I'm like, ooh. It looks gorgeous. What the heck is it? I don't know. I'll think of it. Hey, Sasha, thanks for being here. Hi, Karen. Thank you for being here. And Nicole and Roxanne. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. Yeah, everybody's telling me I'm silent. My hair looks great. Thank you. Just so happened I got my hair done today. I don't plan that on days where I have my my episodes, but I was pretty happy that I was having an episode today, because usually I get it done and then I go out in the garden and it's a mess. So thank you. Thank you. Hi, Danielle. Thanks for being here. And Haley. Oh, more pretty hair. Thank you, everybody. Hi, Eric. Thanks for being here. And Shirva's here. Wow, lots of hair. Okay. Thanks. Unfortunately, mine never looks like this when I do it myself. But I did get the natural blonde put back in and those unnatural grays taken out. So that's good. And then I'll go back again in another couple months to do the same. Thank you, Heidi. So glad you're on the upswing. Yeah, I hope it lasts. Hope it lasts. I think it will. Who else do we have? Teresa's here. I don't know if I said hi to you yet, Teresa. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you. Me too. I feel lighter than air. I mean, I still have my chronic pain, my regular stuff, but the neurological stuff with the tremors and trouble swallowing and brain fuzziness, trouble reading and writing is really challenging. So I feel lighter than air that I'm free of that right now. Hi, Amanda. Lauren, you're glowing. Love your hair. Thank you. I'm going to have to plan it from now on that I only get my hair done on Thursdays, so I can do that and have good hair for other episodes. Who else? I don't want to forget anybody. Amanda was one of our Carlisle crew. Amanda, are you coming back for the tomato tasting, I hope? Nicole's ready to take notes. Oh, Doana really wants those Kentucky heirlooms. Well, good luck to you. Very generous of Robin to do that. Gigi's here. Hello, Gigi. That tan girl with that golden, gorgeous hair. I think the hair makes me look more tan. She put in. Sometimes we do highlights and lowlights. Today was just highlights, and the sun will make it even lighter. But yeah, I do. Well, I garden, therefore I get tan, but my legs are pure white because they're in overalls. Hi, Kim, another one from our Carlisle crew. Thanks for being here. Susan, I'm watching on YouTube but can't comment there. I'm commenting on my phone. Interesting. You're the second person that's told me that today. Somebody else told me the same thing, that they couldn't comment. Well, I can see your comment here. I'm not sure why you can't. The only time I can't see comments, well, normally is if you're watching on Instagram does not show me the comments. So if you want to be a part of the episode and you want to win a prize, come on over to my YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. But also, if you need to be logged in on YouTube under your YouTube account, if you're just watching as a guest, you won't be able to comment. But the person I spoke to said she was logged in as her, so I'm not sure what's going on. I'm sorry about that. Who else do we have? Kina's here. Hey, Kina. She's our third partner in crime running Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. If you guys aren't members, please join us. Trust me, you will love it. You will, if you don't have much of a seed collection, you will get one. And people are just so welcoming. There are no stupid questions if it's your first year growing or if you haven't even started yet. We love to help people out in our group. We don't make people feel stupid because we all started somewhere. It really is a special place. Kina likes my hair too. Thank you. Thank you. I should have lied and said, oh, I just did it myself. But no, I can't lie. I'm not good with hair, which my daughter Riley just never appreciated growing up. I'm like, what do you mean you need braids? I can't do braids. Hi, Becca. Congratulations, Lauren, Kina, and Jen. For our 2-year anniversary. Becca says, if you all are doing a celebration, I'd love to provide a prize giveaway. Becca, will you private message me? We are talking about doing something, and I haven't been able to do anything, but we are going to do something special, and I would love to take you up on that. We would love to take you up on that. So thank you. I can't believe it's been 2 years. Although part of me is like, what did we ever do without it? Jen said that show was so fun. I've got a new list of questions. Can't wait till she's back on. She's talking about our show for those of you that are joining late, with Ashley from gardening in Canada. Me too. Me too. She's like a Craig, it's like you never run out of questions. She was amazing. So much fun, so authentic. She's exactly what I was hoping she would be, and then some. So if you did not catch the episode, again, you can watch the replay on my channel or on Jen Joy's channel. It's worth it. It's worth it. We talked about soil health. She is a soil scientist, but we talked about other things as well. She's just a plethora of knowledge for sure. Nicole's coming back to Carlisle. Can't wait to see all my friends in Carlisle. And Jen says, yes, please mark your calendar. We're talking about the tomato tasting and seed swap. I've started seed saving and can't wait to bring them to share. I've actually started seed saving too. For those of you in the group and who follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you may want to, and I would appreciate it if you did. I do very detailed reviews on Instagram, and I put one up 2 days ago for an amazing variety called burnt sugar. I know the seeds are not easy to find. The site that Kina actually got them for me. It's funny because we were chatting one day about tomatoes, and I had seen the listing. The site is Lillehage, LILLEHAGE.NO, which I believe would be Norway. And I'm like, Kina, you've got to see this. And this was in the fall, and she's like, I actually already bought those for you for Christmas, those seeds. So she knows me well. This was a fantastic variety. We rated it an 8 out of 10. It's very sweet. It is a determinate, which means it's coming all at once. It is a dwarf, and they were delicious. It's not the same as brown sugar. It is different, and is a variety from Russia. Haley's coming back for the taste test, and I'm leaving super early so I make it on time. Oh, yay. Yay. I can't wait to see you again. That's what it was. Thank you. Gettysburg is near there too. I felt like there was something with a G, and I was going to say Georgetown, and I knew that was wrong. Gettysburg. Thank you. Thank you, Tara Dove. I appreciate that. Andrea, I so wish I could come, but it's way too far away. Understood. Understood. I know a few of you were talking about possibly doing your own, where you are in your area. Obviously, people on the West Coast of the United States can't come. People overseas, unless they're looking to make a trip out of it anyway, can't come. Consider doing it. We just do it at a park. I rent a pavilion, and we have a lot of fun. There's really not. I don't want to say there isn't a whole lot of work to it, but um, as far as showing up, people just show up, and it's amazing to meet each other. So if you can't make September 26th, and I know that's probably the majority of you, maybe consider, putting feelers out, seeing if there's other people in your area that maybe you can get a small get together going. I know, Olivia, was it last year you did one? And I know, um, Jennifer Bella came, I believe, right? So you did one last year up in Canada. I think it was last year, maybe it was 2 years ago. Oh, we have a issue here. I was planning to make this next meetup, but I was discharged from hospital, diagnosed with stroke and heart aneurysm. Fingers crossed hard that I am able to make it. Well, fingers crossed for sure. Make the trip, yes. Sorry that you're going through such trouble. That's really difficult. Jen and I were going to meet up. So Cordaro and Ansel, little Ansel, our mascot, our little junior tomato head. Last year they went to, in Nashville, a tomato art festival. And they actually bought me a shirt that says Mrs. Tomato Head on it, which was nice. And Jen and I have been talking ever since then that we're going to meet up. And unfortunately, I don't think I can make it. The trip down to the Outer Banks for our vacation really did me in, and I'm not driving, but it could have not been the trip, but it is a long trip. I don't know. I'm keeping my hopes up. Perhaps there's still a chance, but it's not an actual tomato festival per se. It's tomato art, but it looks super cool. And I'm always looking for excuses to see Jen again. That's for sure. Who else do we have? Kathy Robertson's here. Hi, Kathy. Kina, I haven't had any ripe fruit yet. Waiting not so patiently. It's hard. The first two I'm talking about today are early varieties. So, and I did that with that in mind. In fact, one of them, the second one I'm going to talk about, I grew 2 years ago. It was one of my earliest and a fantastic tomato. And I looked at my list of things I've talked about, and I can't believe I haven't put a spotlight on this one yet. It seems wrong to me. I know I've talked about it before because I love it, but so for those of you that are looking maybe of short seasons, or if you're looking for early varieties, maybe this can help. Haley says, can't wait to meet Mr. Tomato Head. I'm going to tell him you said that. I think it would be great to have him here. Hey, Heidi. Thank you for my hair, Heidi. I guess I got super excited to see you, Heidi, because I knocked myself off the air. I swear I don't touch anything. I don't know what happens. Must be a higher power saying, get off the air, woman. All right, where was I in comments? And Jerry's here. Hey, Jerry. And Brianna's here. Hey, Brianna. Are commercials coming on? I thought I turned off commercials for this. I intended to. What I've been doing, because it would be nice to make some money off the YouTube thing, but what I've been doing is keeping the commercials off during the live show and only having them on during the replay. And I swore I did that, but apparently not. I apologize. Hi, Mary. Thanks for being here. And Hector's here. Hey, Hector. All right, let me scroll through. Olivia said, I planted prime rib last year, and this year it's a big plant with good-sized fruits, and it's delicious. Yeah, I guess I just had a freaky short plant. It gave me big tomatoes, but it was freakishly short. Okay, don't forget to put in hashtag tomato. We're giving away 3 prizes at the end of the episode. I see Evelina's here. Hi, Evelina. Nice to see you. And Kim's here. Hi, Kim. All right, have I gotten everybody? Eva's here. Just left the doctor's office. Well, glad that you are here with us. Jen, I saw you had those. Fiery Turban and Ochre Veil were my first 2 Sophias to ripen. That's awesome. I keep meaning to ask you. I saw that you. Well, I should watch your video. All right, I think this is a first. Kicking myself off twice in one episode. I don't know what's going on. I was going to ask you what you thought of a particular variety, and then I don't want to give it away because it's probably in your videos and I have to watch your first taste test. But there's a couple, one in particular I'm really curious about. I can ask you about it privately. People are getting booted off. Interesting. Have to close and click back on. I don't know. I wish I could help you. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. And commercials are still on. Well, sorry, guys. I do my best. Yes, Rowena. Have you considered making taste test sheets that people can fill out? Things like skin thickness, looks, flavor. I'm doing that for our in-person tasting. But that would be something good to have kind of in the files of our group, wouldn't it? That's a really good idea. I think somebody suggested it a long time ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on it, and I never did it. That would be really good. A lot of taste test sheets I see are very, very scarce. You know, it's like color, taste, skin. You know, there's a lot more to tasting. What I'm curious about is if people come to the taste test with a refractometer, that would be funny, and I wouldn't be surprised. I am. Olivia says, yes, I did 2 taste tests last year, and I will again this year. It was a lot of fun. That's really nice that you do that. Oh, Jen said I can ask now. How was Verde de las Landas? Must know this is a green one ripe. My friend Marco, who I'm going to talk about in a minute, also said that it's the best green he's ever had, beating Malachitowaya Shkatulka or Malachite box, which I find hard to believe. Although Jen and I, we don't always agree. We don't have the same palate, which is fine. But I am curious to hear what you think. I've got a lot of fruits on mine, for sure. Hey, Nancy. Nancy's been sending me all sorts of rare stuff lately. Thank you, Nancy. Promise to, I know I've sent you stuff too, but I promise at the end of the season you will be very happy with things that I send you. All right, everybody's getting this problem. I wish I could help you. I haven't changed any settings or anything. It must be some kind of YouTube glitch today. Jen said it was amazing. Yes. Yes. I am so thrilled to hear that. Yay. You just made my day. I'm only growing like 75 other green tomatoes, but that one, my friend Marco doesn't steer me wrong. Marco and Tim Schneidegers, they don't steer us wrong, right, Jen? Well, I don't know if you know Marco, but Tim does. Kathleen, waiting for the blush on Verde de las Landas. This is a variety from Spain. It's a green when ripe. I've been talking about it since I found out about it last year, and I've got a couple plants growing, and I'm just itching to bite into it. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate you giving us a spoiler alert there. Well, I'm glad you're not getting kicked off, Karen. All right, let's start with a taste test. I'm going to taste one tomato. Speaking of my friend Marco sent me a bunch of seeds. We did a trade. He's from Germany, and he told me about this tomato from Japan. It's called Mizora. And it's they actually sell it in stores, apparently, as you can see from the box in the photo there, that it is a connoisseur's variety and apparently very sweet. I got my first couple. Let me go big so you can see. It's cute, right? This is a pink variety. Let me read a little bit about it for you. Let me put the picture back up. Marco says it's a regular leaf producing pink, small to medium-sized round tomatoes, a Japanese tomato variety that was bred with the aim of particularly good taste. It is considered a connoisseur variety in Japan and is quite expensive on the markets. In Japan, very sweet tomato varieties are preferred, so Mizora stands out there with its nice accompanying acidity, but still this variety is very sweet and also aromatic. It's one of my favorite tasting medium-sized tomatoes. Those are the exact words of my friend Marco. And then I found on a site that talked about Japanese tomatoes, because they do, if you Google Japanese tomatoes, you will find that they really like a very sweet thing. They almost like fruit. I think it talks about it here. Mizora's round, light red tomato from Japan. It's actually pink. The fruit look almost like a small apple. The flavor is sweet, fruity, and slightly tart. If anybody's grown this, or if you've grown this in the past, or if you are growing it, please let me know, or let us know. Sweet tomato varieties are increasingly cultivated in Japan, so Mizora stands out with its acidity. Naturally, Mizora is true to seed. It can be used as a salad tomato or as a sauce tomato, both very aromatic. The plant reaches a height of over 2 meters, has a medium yield. Right now, I'm getting good yield on it. It's a heat-loving variety that prefers a warm, rain-protected location. Greenhouse is ideal. Well, I'm not growing it in a greenhouse. I'm growing it outdoors. And I thought I would taste this with you guys. I've already taken pictures. Isn't it cute? So I already weighed it, 50 grams. So they are on the smaller side. And you can see it's got a little nose at the bottom there, or 1 3/4 ounces. So they are small. Let us do a taste. I'm excited. Because honestly, if I had seen this tomato somewhere, especially in a store, I would have been like, not doing it. Oh, Amanda's growing Mizora. Great. Hi, Ms. Jenkins. It looks great. Amanda, have you ever had any ripe ones yet? Mine, this is the first ripe one. The other one, a lot of them are starting to blush. So let's do. Don't let me forget to take an interior photo. I've taken all my other photos for the review. Ooh, green seeds and goo. Let me show you. Very nice. Kind of a deep pink interior with kind of a yellowish green seeds and goo. I'm a sucker for seeds and goo, as you guys probably know, but I'm also a sucker for green seeds and goo. All right, I'm going to take a picture of the interior because I'm going to want to put this review up. Hi, Yvette. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Glad you're here. Nice color. It is a nice color, isn't it? Sometimes things that look like this on the outside look kind of anemic on the inside, but this clearly does not. Really nice color. How pretty. And Brianna, yeah, same thing. A surprisingly delicious looking inside. Okay, I'm kind of nervous. Let's do the old refractometer. If you don't know refractometers, and there's many different kinds, they measure the sugar content in foods. So it will tell you the sweetness. It won't tell you how great the tomato tastes, because you can have very sweet tomatoes that don't taste very good. But it is a little part of the story. So, all right, we'll squeeze some juice. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. 8.3. Very, very high brick score. Cherries can get this high. Sometimes a beefsteak, very rarely, but this is going to be a sweet tomato, or it is a sweet tomato. Let's see how it tastes. I wish I could share it with you guys. I'll just show you what it looks like cut up too. Really nice. Oh my God, Marco. Oh my God. It has the makings of what I would consider a perfect tomato. It is sweet. It's tangy. I'm still tasting it. Wow. I kind of wasn't expecting that. Even though it says that, I kind of wasn't expecting that. Oh my gosh, I wish I could share this with you guys. It's like a flavor explosion in your mouth. You are definitely hit with the sweetness. Skin is a little bit chewy. Not troublesome though, not like thick chewy. Oh my gosh. I need to take care of this plant because I want a lot more of these. Mizora is an absolutely delicious tomato. I think I'm going to save the other half to give to Rob. We've got more coming, but wow. Wasn't expecting. You can't judge a book by its cover. I would say I would actually give this a 9 out of 10. I'm still tasting it. It's delicious. It's delicious. Wow. That is a good tomato. I'm so glad I was able to share this with you guys. Got to add to wish list. It adds to list. I'm not sure how easy seeds are to find, but of course I will be saving seeds. Rowena, I wonder if the bricks will go up a little later on ones that ripen later. Yeah, I wonder. Oh my gosh, this Mizora is a great tomato. No joke. 9 out of 10 from me. That's for sure. Wow. All right. This is how much I love Rob. I'm dying to eat this, but I'm going to save it for him. Wasn't expecting that. So anyway, so obviously it is an early variety. At least it is in my neck of the woods. Oh man. That is so good. That is so good. I'm starting to realize, and I don't know how you guys are with this either. I've always been all about the beefsteaks and then the cherries. And then I've got my variety, Bananas Noir, which is a saladette. But I'm starting to realize that some of my favorite tomatoes are like saladette sized. I forgot to put Uptown Funk on my top 5. I think that would be on there. Uptown Funk, Bananas Noir. There are some really... This is killing me to not eat this. Can I just tell you? It's killing me. I know I have more coming, but he needs to taste this. Yeah, that is a fantastic tomato. Now I'm curious to taste other Japanese tomatoes if they breed for, sweetness and all of that. Yeah, that is really, really good. Hey, Laura. I love when you guys do taste tests. I'm glad. Me too. Me too. I get in a little bit of a quandary because Rob and I do this together at night. We do it together, but I think once in a while, like maybe once a week, I can taste something, with you guys, and he won't mind at all. Ugh. Do you know how haunting this thing is? That it's killing me to not eat it. It's really that good. It's really that good. Hi, O1 Woof. Is it open pollinated? Yes. It is open pollinated, indeterminate. Yep. And sometimes I also notice, and I was telling Kina and Jen this just yesterday, that sometimes I find, I was telling you guys a little while ago, sometimes that first like low hanging fruit on a plant isn't always the best. You really kind of need to wait. And this wasn't a low hanging fruit, but it was my first ripe. Wowza. Wowza. Kina, you know me so well. Next year's garden will be Japanese tomatoes, Lauren. And this year was Spanish. You're right, Kina. You totally know me. Wow. I can't see how now. This is how the tomato head mind works. Can I grow this indoors? Can I start more seeds? Probably not. Would I get fruit if I were to grow it indoors? I can't see how I won't be growing this again next year. Great start to the season. Oh, yeah. Better hurry because next year we may not know what is GMO and what isn't. Yeah. Heidi sent me an article. There's more GMO tomatoes coming out. Go on, eat it, Lauren. You know you want to, sis. I do, but I won't. So that's Mizora. That's a great way to start. It says 2 meters, so it gets pretty tall. It says over 2 meters. Right now, mine is probably 5 or 6 feet tall, but it's still very, very early days. And if you watch my my garden tours, this plant is in death row, the row that I don't have great luck with. But the plant is doing well so far. Hey, Chastity. I just started more dwarf tomato seeds. I did too, as a matter of fact. This one I'm not sure. All right, well, I see people are getting kicked off. I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't know what's going on with YouTube today. All right, let's talk about more tomatoes. So on the same vein as early tomatoes that actually taste good, I can't believe I haven't done a showcase, a spotlight on this one. We grew it 2 years ago. It's a very famous French heirloom. It's Jaune Flamme, I believe is the correct pronunciation. Jaune Flamme. We grew this because I was looking for early varieties that tasted great. We grew it 2 years ago. This is a power punch of flavor for anybody, and I'm sure many of you have grown it. And if you have, let me know what you think. It's citrusy and flavorful. A lot of the early tomatoes I find just don't have much flavor. Mizora is not one of them. I'm going to be like hovering around that plant now. I'm going to be fertilizing it. I need more fruit. That is delicious. Delicious. Ms. Jenkins, I just got seeds for this one. I can't wait to try. Yeah, it's a great one. It's a French heirloom originated by Norbert Perriera of Helena, France, that was commercialized by Tomato Growers Supply Company in 1997. I got my seeds a couple of years ago from Uprising Seeds, which is a really good vendor that I enjoy. Here's my review. I think this is what I wrote on my Instagram review. It was Uprising's description of this one that intrigued me. Rob and I were looking for an early variety that actually had flavor. We had tried others over the years that really lacked any flavor whatsoever. I'm looking at you, Raspberry Liana. That wasn't nice. I totally dissed Raspberry Liana, but no flavor. I grew that the same year and it was right next to it. So that's why I dissed it. And we were hoping for something with loud flavor that we can enjoy at the end of June, early July. We found what we were looking for. Jaune Flamme was an incredibly early producer. We picked our first ripe fruit on June 15th here in Zone 6B, which is pretty early even for me. We'll start to get little things here and there, 4th of July and beyond. But yeah, that was really early. The plant was loaded with these apricot-colored fruits that were larger than a cherry, but hung in cherry-like clusters on a bush plant. It was incredibly productive. Why have I not grown it in 2 years since then? I don't know. There's just so many new varieties that come out that I want to try. But I am repeating a few this year. And let me tell you, Mizora, I'm growing at least one plant next year. And I am going to try growing it inside because I'm a maniac. The interior was absolutely gorgeous, deep apricot with hot pink in the center with lots of seeds and goo. I'm going to expand this so you can see the inside. Similar looking to terracotta cherry, which some of us grew last year. But it's got this hot pink center. It does look like an apricot. Rob and I were shocked. I still remember when we tasted it, we were like, wow, it was almost like grapefruit, very citrusy, but then it ended with sweetness. This isn't citrusy Mizora, but it was an excellent tomato. I wrote, we simply could not keep up with production on these babies. So how did the flavor measure up? Wow, talk about loud flavor. Honestly, in our notes, I've written down that they were like biting into an orange. I remember Rob and I puckering at first bite with the extreme citrusy first flavor. Then as the flavor progressed, it turned to extreme sweetness that was simply sublime. We couldn't believe that we'd actually found an early variety with intense flavor. And we had rated it an 8, which is really, really good for us. That's why, I'll have to see. I have to consult with Rob. I think it's a 9. It could be an 8.5, but I think it's a 9. So if you're looking for early variety that's really productive and really tastes good, I would recommend this for sure. Jamie says, I haven't decided if I wanted to do Jaune Flamme as a fall tomato. I'm thinking you help me decide. I think you should. Plus, you'll get fruits pretty early. And it went through the entire season from what I remember too. Nicole, I grew Jaune Flamme this year. One of my favorites, tangy goodness, right? It was very tangy, citrusy, right? Wasn't expecting it. Hey, Harley, nice to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I know you shared with us last week. You've been having a rough time, so glad you're here among friends and hope you're doing a bit, well, you're not going to be better, but I hope you can forget about your troubles for a while and talk tomatoes with us. If you're just joining, I just tasted the most insane tomato from Japan called Mizora. It had, now I forget what was the bricks? 8 something, right? I can watch the episode back. I need to write these things down when I'm tasting and don't have my tasting notebook. 8 something, and it was absolutely delicious. So you'll have to watch the episode back where you see me kind of like dying from sublime goodness. So that's Jaune Flamme. Jen says, I grew it last year, and as bad as a lot of plants did, this one kept producing till frost and was nonstop yumminess. So you loved it too. Yeah, it's a good one. Evelina agrees. Jaune Flamme is such a fantastic tomato. It gives a huge harvest. I understand those who love this variety. I think I need to grow it again next year. Thank you, Kina, with the 8.3. You're good to me. Wow. I don't know why it came as such a surprise, even though everything said it was so sweet. It just doesn't look like much. You can't judge a book by its cover. Neither does Jaune Flamme from the outside, actually. Doesn't look like much, but that's a really good one. Yes, I am fighting the urge to finish the other half. I'm egging her on. Yes, you are. I can still taste it. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, so last week we went a bit long because I was, well, a bit chatty. So there are some that I had planned for last week that moved over to this week. So we'll see how much we get through today. Off topic, but I just walked past my pile of Kina's, Lauren's, and Jennifer's. Jen's getting some early harvests from hers. I am not yet. I've got a really nice sized fruit on my Lauren. For those of you that don't know, Tomato Eden Tatiana, our friend Tatiana, named tomatoes after me and Kina and Jennifer. They're Lauren, Kina, and Jennifer. They are F4. Well, Jen, you're probably on F5 now. And so we're growing it. I have flowers on Kina, beautiful kind of, all right, what's the word I'm looking for? The foliage. Light green foliage, neon green. What does that call? Starts with a C. So I at least have flowers, and Jen has a lot of smaller fruits on it. And my Kinas did turn more red striped. Interesting. Yeah, Jen, take a picture of them all together. That would be nice. Hi, Rach. I lost a close childhood friend today. I was busy earlier, so glad to lift my spirits here. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm glad you're here too. Oh, F6 seeds saved now. Good. Chartreuse. Thank you, Kina. I've said this before and I will say it again. The three of us work so well together as co-admins together. But Kina has a brain like she's our brain. Because we can forget something and she'll be like, boom, boom, boom. I remember this person did this. So I want Kina brain. I don't have Kina brain, but at least I have Kina, so that's the next best thing. Yes, chartreuse. Thank you, Chastity. Okay, what's the next one? The next one is one I was going to talk about last week. And I think it's one that Jen and Kina are both growing. I am not. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies. Double Life of Kolobok from Russia. It translates from Kindergarten, Austria, Doppelleben des Kolobaks. It's named after a fairy tale. It's a new, beautiful, exotic tomato from Russia. Kolobok is the main character of an East Slavic national fairy tale of the same name, depicted as a small, yellow, spherical creature. Kolobok is a type of fried bread that has been known since 1610. This variety was named because of its color. Even when unripe, it fascinates with its beautiful play of colors and delicate stripes. Depending on the intensity of the sun, the side of the tomato facing the sun turns purple to black, and the side facing away from the sun turns yellow-orange. The ripe fruits have delicate stripes that range from black to yellow to amber. The inside is light yellow, swirled flesh. The fruits have a sweet, fruity taste and a medium firm skin. Resistant to common tomato diseases, bears well in hot weather. And then another source, tomataway.pomodoro.ru, says, he got away from the wolf, he got away from the fox, but he won't get away from you. Double Life of Kolobok has a remarkable color. One half of the fruit is spectacularly yellow with orange strokes. The other is a deep purple. Each brush produces 7 fruits with a pronounced fruity aroma, tender and very tasty pulp, which are perfect for slicing, salads, whole fruit canning, and preparing vegetable assortments, medium-sized mid-season. Who's growing this? Who's growing this? I'm pretty sure Kina and Jen, I heard you guys talking about this, and you, unless it was something else, I think there's something you were surprised I wasn't growing, and I think this may have been it. So pretty. I agree, Dana. So pretty. And does well in hot weather. Yeah, I know many of you are dealing with hot weather. It's hot here today, but not like, it's not in the hundreds. I know Malachi Jen is dealing with all of that. Chastity, I needs it. It's really pretty. Very, very pretty. Kind of looks, the photo on the left kind of looks like a larger version of the micro. I really can't think today. The Brad Gates one. That wasn't very good. Golden something. I don't know. Should just stop while I'm ahead. Anybody growing it? Oh, Linda, our heat index is 108 today. Yikes. Yikes. If you're just joining us, welcome. Make sure you type in hashtag tomato in the comments, giving away 3 prizes to 3 lucky live viewers. Oh, and thank you, Inspire Garden Life, for sponsoring last week's show. They gave away 5 t-shirts, 3 gift cards. I just furnished them with all the email addresses yesterday, so if you haven't heard from them yet, blame it on me. But you will get it. They're good like that. So golden hour. Thank you, Brianna. That is exactly what I'm looking for. Golden hour. Yeah. It looks like a larger version. Hopefully it tastes better than that. I mean, for me. Okay, next tomato. This is a Tom Wagner variety. It could be Greenwich. It could be Greenwich. We have a town I know in Connecticut, there's a town, and in England, they would pronounce this Greenwich with a short E and taking the W out. In Connecticut, they pronounce their town Greenwich. There's a town not far from me, spelled exactly the same way, called Greenwich. So I don't know what Tom calls it, but it is one of his, Tom Wagner from the United States. And I have not grown this yet. I think I may need to add it to my list for next year's. Anybody grown Greenwich? Because it looks outstanding. It was featured in the 1989 Seed Savers Yearbook, developed by Tom. Fruit are 180 to 300 grams, yellowish green, turning amber at maturity, with a pink blush on the apical end at full maturity. Rather regular in shape, mostly flattened and ribbed at the top, with a deep depression at the stem attachment. The umbilicus is swollen and marked by a line. The flower has 7 sepals. Wow, they got into a lot of detail here. Yellowish green beef flesh green gel. Very good sweet and balanced flavor. Medium-sized plant not exceeding 1.5 meters. Late season variety, resistant and productive. All right, I know I need to concentrate. I need to use this in a cross. I need to use Mizora in a cross. Just saying. Okay, back to the tomato. Plant World Seeds says that these heavy, irregularly shaped amber-colored beefsteaks hide an attractive secret. Cutting them open reveals a labyrinth-like, vivid lime green interior, and they scored here extremely well with their strong, sweet, fruity, traditional flavor. Anybody grown this? It does look yummy, doesn't it? It does look delicious. I've had these seeds for a while, but I only logged them recently. Chastity, I'm with you. Biggest disappointment this season has been Fat Frog. They have no taste. They don't. Sadly, they don't. Try Jewel Beetle from Bunny Hop Seeds if you're looking for, it's kind of wispy and hangy, but if you're looking for a good green when ripe micro, you don't really want Fat Frog. Go to Jewel Beetle. That was a very tasty one. Drew says Anatomy of a Tomato. Terry says, looks like my style. Love Tom being from my hood. Tom is one of the most prolific and respected tomato breeders of our time. I can't even keep up with a resource sheet for him. He's got so many. But yeah, this looks and sounds great. Sasha says super pretty. I agree. Did I miss anybody? Okay. So that's Greenwich or Greenwich. Greenwich or Greenwich. I tend to want to say Greenwich. And I think the town that's by me, they're mispronouncing it. I mean, the people that live there should know, but I really feel like it should be Greenwich. But oh, I'm about to pop some in soil. I have Jewel Beetle. Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, I don't think you'll be sorry. That's a really good one. It sprawls a little bit, just so you're aware, but it's a very good green when ripe. Right now I'm growing from Meraki Seeds. She had an off type of Purple Boy micro, and she's selling it as Purple Boy Green, and I'm growing 2 plants of that, so I'm curious to see what what I get. They're definitely not antho. Definitely not, the purple. So curious to see how that tastes. I don't know if anybody's grown that one yet. It's kind of new, but very curious to see how that does. Oh, and Jess, my husband loves Fat Frog, makes me grow it every year just for him. Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, to each his own, right? And Linda says she liked her Fat Frog, but I got my seeds from Kina. LOL. Good night, Kina. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, next tomato. Thanks for your brain, Kina. This is Catwell. These seeds, I think, came from, for goodness sakes. They're on hiatus now. They haven't, it's Carol Galbiarti and Mark Burnett. What's the name of their Old South Seeds. Old South Seeds. These seeds came from Old South Seeds. Tatiana's tomato base says this is indeterminate bushy plants with regular foliage, dense foliage cover, orange beefsteak fruits with very meaty flesh and small seed chambers, 6 to 12 ounces each. Each fruit has only a few seeds, so it is not easy to collect many seeds for this variety. Outstanding sweet flavor, quite early compared to other orange beefsteak tomato varieties. And then Tomato Faifu says, featured in the 1997 Seed Savers Yearbook by Dorothy Beiswenger, introduced commercially by Tatiana's in 2014. Yellow beef flesh marbled with orange, very fleshy, multi-loges, containing very few seeds, exceptionally mild and sweet taste. Not a fan of the mild, which is why I don't grow a lot of orange tomatoes, because they do tend to be mild. Rob likes them in his tomato sandwiches, like a Kellogg's breakfast. But me, not so much. I need more oomph in my tomatoes. They're good. They're not bad. This does look good. And last year I grew a variety from Secret Seed Cartel called Carrie Claxon. It's a Kentucky heirloom that's hard to find, I think, or at least according to Secret Seed Cartel, and that was pretty good too. Bushy plant with abundant regular foliage, indeterminate growth, production second part of the season. Yeah, Brianna, you're in Connecticut. You know what I'm talking about. Whenever I hear Green Witch, I know someone isn't from around here. Yep. It's a very fancy schmancy town in Connecticut. A lot of famous people live there. My cousin actually lives there. Oh, Lisa, you've grown the Purple Boy Green. Bricks of 9.5. Wow. Now I'm really excited. My plants look amazing. Oh, Dancing Vita, where did you order Mizora from? So for anybody else that would like to order seeds, if you care to share where you found them. Where's Old South Seeds located? They're on Etsy. Their shop is taking a break right now. I think they're down south somewhere, Georgia. I could be wrong about that, but I was on their Etsy shop the other day, and they're taking a short break. They have a great shop. If you missed, I did a unboxing of theirs. Actually, Jen and I, is that the one we did together, Jen? Yes, it is. Jen and I did it together. They've got some really great heritage varieties that are not easy to find elsewhere, and they're really nice people too. Found 2 sites in Germany. If you care to put links in the comments for anybody, that would be helpful, because I couldn't. It's interesting that you found them in Germany, because my friend who gave me the seeds, Marco, is from Germany. And he, I read you the description for those of you that may have been late. He couldn't stop talking about how sweet it was, and it just didn't look like much to me. Boy, was I wrong. Now I'm wishing I planted like 10 plants. All right, so that's Catwell. Anybody grown Catwell before? Oh, hey, Darla. Almost missed it. I was talking about loud flavor a little while ago. Thought of you. And I did a great taste test earlier in the episode, so you'll want to watch that back for sure. Ye Old Garden Guy caught the first 5 minutes, then had to run out. We'll watch the replay. So glad that you're feeling better, Lauren. Thank you very much. Now we all need Purple Boy Green, LOL. Yes, you can get it from Meraki Seeds, I believe. She gave me, I gave away a lot of seeds because she gave me some to give to the group as gifts, so I did give away a lot. But I believe she still has them in stock. Okay, next tomato. Chocolate Dawn of Mordovia. So I talk a lot about, well, let me rephrase that. A lot of the varieties I talk about have Mordovia in the name, and the ones I talk about are all bred by the same man, Zagalin of Russia, and a very good friend of mine who got me some seeds from Russia directly from him gave me a whole bunch of his stuff. So I'm very grateful. Lydia, if you're watching, thank you. I'm not growing this one, but it looks really great. Information is kind of scarce on it. It is an F4, which means it wouldn't be necessarily stable yet. And a lot of Sofia Sakova's varieties are F5s, F6s. Linda, were you here when I showed my riddle of strawberry waterfall? Picked my first ones yesterday. Woohoo! Linda was growing it too, that's why I say that. But what do we know about it? New selection, possible splitting. When they say possible splitting, that means it's possible you won't get what you see. And that happens with, like, Jarsons, for instance. Most of them are not stable, so you get splitting. Some Kazulas, are not stable. Some others that many people talk about in the group that just don't seem to be able to grow true to type from another breeder. They seem to, I don't know, some maybe some split more than others. I don't know, but this is an F4, which is still pretty early in the process. It's an indeterminate greenhouse up to 2 meters and higher. Optimal formation, 2 stems. Fruits are very beautiful, flat and round. Fruits are dark red with cherry chocolate streams on the lower part of the fruit. Flesh on the cut is dark red. I don't have an interior shot. It makes me crazy to not have an interior shot. This is directly from Zagalin's website. Produces until first frost. So this may make my list for next year. I am growing other Mordovia. I'm growing Miracle of Mordovia. I'm growing Mordovian Green. Then there's another one that I started late. It's a dwarf Mordovia. And then I'm growing others of his. Green Rhapsody is one. I'm growing a bunch of Zagalins this year. Hey, Francis. Dang work getting in the way of tomato talk. Hey, y'all, fashionably late. You must watch back the taste test I did at the beginning of the episode. It blew my mind. It's so good. It's so good. Japanese variety called Mizora. And the other half I'm saving for Rob because I'm a good wife and I want to pop this in my mouth so badly. There's a couple more ripening on the counter, but he deserves it. He's a good Mr. Tomato Head. He's very, very good to me. Very, very good to me. Okay. Next one, Russian Cossack. Another one by Tom Wagner. It's like a purple, beautiful purple variety. It's a rare variety originating, this is according to Tomato FIFO, originating from the United States, the result of the hybridization of bearded Cossack by Tom Wagner. Fruits weigh 120 to 200 grams, round, globe-shaped, or flattened and heavily ribbed. Rusty red dress on its central part, purple-pink on its apical part, striped with green, dark green shoulders with indigo traces of anthocyanin. Anthocyanin is often, you can see at the top on the shoulders of the tomato where the stem goes, you can see some anthocyanin. That is, you find that in a lot of tomatoes these days. It's an antioxidant, but it's black, basically. So some tomatoes have a lot of it, some tomatoes have just a touch of it, and it does totally depend on how much sun it gets and how the more sun you get, the more black the more anthocyanin will come out. I'm not normally a fan of antho, I will be honest. However, I've had several tomatoes that had just a little bit of it on the shoulders that I liked, and I'm growing a bunch of Sophias this year have it. So, in fact, these have a little bit, I've noticed. A little strawberry waterfall. I think I'm going to like it. We shall see. I am honest. There's going to be a review going up soon. It was the first one. I didn't want to start the season on my Instagram channel with a bad review. So I saved it, but it's going up soon. It wasn't good, and we tasted several fruits. This was Jack in a Box Dean's Dwarf. It's a beautiful plant, potato leaf, variegated leaves also, no flavor whatsoever. So we gave it a 5 out of 10, which is not good for us. So now I've spoiled it, but I'll give more details in the review. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. What else do we know about this? Juicy, multi-celled flesh containing a lot of gel and seeds. Excellent smoky flavor. I like smoky flavor. Plant with moderate development. Not very vigorous. Regular foliage. Indeterminate growth. And then bunny hop seeds. One of the things I love about bunny hop seeds, besides Ellie, the entire Shop Heritage Seed Market's just wonderful. And I love Ellie. She's a good friend and a really nice person. She puts the most fantastic and detailed write-ups about most of her tomatoes. And I appreciate that. She says it has Black Russian in its pedigree. It was distributed in a very early generation as F1 and F2, pretty much throughout Europe and the US, sometime around 2012 or possibly earlier. Many resultant segregates occurred from grower to grower, so Russian Cossack became known as a variety with stripes, without stripes, pink with green stripes, large beefsteak, small salad, antho shoulders, no antho. But I did find the breeder's description of what seems to be an original fruit. And this, I guess these are Tom Wagner's words. Russian Cossack was a single plant grown by my friend Sue in Mukilteo, Washington. It was a 2.5-inch black tomato with pink and green stripes on a semi-determinate vine. The original fruit may have been a true black, as Black Russian is. The fruits I have, however, are purple, not black, clear epidermis with retained chlorophyll, with nice green stripes, purple flesh, 2.5 inches, like a saladette size, on a semi-determinate plant. It set fruit abundantly and was one of my most vigorous growing seedlings. According to my tasting notes, the flavor was mild for a dark-fleshed variety, and the fruits were very juicy. People who don't care for the deep, intense flavor of many dark varieties would likely enjoy Russian Cossack. Anybody grown this one? I have not. I do have the seeds, but I have not grown it. Ellie was so sweet tracking and sending my order. I've ordered twice from Heritage Bunny Hop. Yeah, she's great. You have to wait a bit, but she's very clear about that on her site. You know, she's got a life and she does the best she can, but it's worth the wait. And she is responsible for some of our all-time favorite micro dwarfs. I mean, she's really a very prolific micro dwarf breeder. Drew says Andrew Huberman was extolling the virtues of anthocyanin. Anthocyanins possess antioxidant, oxidative and antimicrobial activities, improve visual and neurological health, and protect against various diseases. If only it tasted good. I'm kidding. Like I said, I do have some that I have liked. Black Beauty, I thought was the nastiest tasting tomato I've ever had. But then, and Kina thinks so too. And then her mother loves it. It's her favorite tomato. So again, take whatever I say, my reviews with a grain of salt. Not a fan. I feel like it tastes very soapy. But that's just the black part. Some have just antho on the top and the rest of the tomato is not. And it's fine. Dances with the Smurfs. I wanted to throw up. They were not good. But they are pretty, and I did know that they have good, that's why that Norfolk purple tomato is so popular. They've got its antioxidants in it. For me, I'd rather just eat blueberries, honestly. I'd rather not eat a nasty tasting tomato, but it is good to know that when you're eating tomatoes, you can get good stuff. And lycopene in tomatoes, especially when cooked down, those have anti-cancer fighting properties also. So I was talking to Bill Yoder last night, and he's been dealing with chronic pain also. I know he wouldn't mind me saying, and we were chatting about, inflammatory diets. I eat a very low inflammatory diet, and Bill said, except for tomatoes. And I'm like, except for tomatoes. It's not an anti-inflammatory at all. And Bill said, you'd have to pry a tomato out of my dead cold hand. And I agree. I can only do what I can do, but I'm not giving up tomatoes. Evelina's grown Russian Cossack. Very tasty, rich with a smoky flavor that I love. Thank you, Evelina. I've missed you putting in your 2 cents. I'm glad you've grown this. Heidi says the same thing as me. So do blueberries, yeah. Great minds, yeah. Oh, interesting. Rebecca says Helsing Junction Blues, worst tomato I ever tasted. Haven't tried that one. I've seen the pictures, probably why I haven't tasted it. Ms. Jenkins, I've tasted the Norfolk purple tomato recently, as a few have ripened. They have an interesting flavor. I'll say that. Well, Heidi, hope you don't mind me saying this, Heidi, she went and she found some because they sell it in the stores called the Empire tomato, I think. She brought it over to my house one day, and I was so stubborn at first. I'm like, I'm not tasting this thing. I'm not tasting this thing. And then eventually I caved. It just had no flavor. It had no flavor. I think we tested the bricks, right, Heidi? We tested on the refractometer and it wasn't high. I mean, but some people really like it. I'm not trying to diss everybody else's tomatoes. I just think and I think what they're doing, and I know they're doing other things to help prevent diseases with other tomatoes and things like that. And that's a really, really good thing. I just feel like I'd rather eat blueberries, honestly. Francis, I'm like you about Antho, and Rebel Starfighter Prime actually impressed me this year. I actually like that one a lot, and I hated Black Beauty. Good to know. Good to know. Empress, that's what it was. Empress tomatoes. Black Beauty seems like too much Antho to taste good. And I know Jen doesn't care for it either. Take it with a grain of salt. Some people love the Antho flavor, so please don't take it with a grain of salt. Just because I don't share that love for anthocyanin doesn't mean, like I keep saying, I've had antho on the shoulders of some things. Lucid Gem a couple of years ago was a pretty good one. One of Bill Yoder's new Depeche Mode ones last year. Not Behind the Wheel. Oh, Strange Love. The antho top I wasn't a fan, but the rest of it, I did like it. Mary says, I'm with you, Lauren. Give me some blueberries and not heavy antho tomatoes. Yeah. Same. Do all anthos have the same note of taste? My first year acquiring antho seeds, none planted yet. No, that's a really good question. I've grown many antho micro dwarfs that have zero of that soapy taste I keep talking about. In fact, the only one I've tried that really had a little bit of it was a variety I grew last year called Lil Red and Black, which is really more a mini dwarf. But like Tartufo and Blau Zimmer Tomate, I don't find that those micros have much of a flavor. So no. And then there was one I grew last year called it was an Elefira variety, Seven Rivers Tricolor. Grew it because it had looked like a Lauren tomato, tricolor, green when ripe, but with 3 colors, and it had just a touch of antho at the top, but the entire tomato tasted antho to me. And I wanted to love it so badly, but I just didn't. So to each his own. To each his own. Try it for yourself. Maybe start with one year, see what you think. But no, that's a very good question. They don't all taste soapy as far as I'm concerned. And soapy's my I think Heidi Dolan said metallic. I would call it that too. Metallic. Okay, next one. Daniel Burson. Speaking of Heidi, she gave me seeds for this. Thank you, Heidi. This is a Bill Jeffers variety from the United States. It's a recent, now this information is from Tomato Faifu, so it's a couple of years old. Recent variety resulting from the supposed crossing of Indian Stripe and Daniel, which occurred by Bill Jeffers. Fruit of 180 to 300 grams, beefsteak type, round, flattened at the poles with more or less plump shoulders. Dark purple red epidermis, dark green shoulders, dense, fleshy, and juicy flesh, rich, smoky flavor, excellent. Plant with great development, potato foliage, indeterminate growth, exceptional mid-season production lasting until the first frost. I can't believe I haven't grown this one yet. It's been in my orbit and my radar for a while, and it keeps falling off. Who has grown Daniel Burson? Heidi, I don't know if you're still here. I know you've grown it, but what do you guys think of this one? Hi, Hope. Little Red and Black. Did you wear Little Red and Black? Yeah, that was a good one. It did have a little bit of antho flavor to me, but not terrible. You're right, Jamie. Thank you. I grew this last year. VD21 was great, and it had antho. You're absolutely right, and I tasted zero antho flavor. That was a great tomato from last year. I'm glad you grew it and thought the same. Hope says, I've had several. I love Sophia's Fiery Comet. Yum. I don't think I'm growing that one. I'm growing Green Comet Sophia, growing Fiery Turban, growing a whole bunch. Linda says they differ, I think. I loved Blue Beauty, and others did not like Dancing with Smurfs, so they are different. I do like Dark and Antho myself. Oh, and Jen says Ben likes Antho. There you go. So they're a perfect duo to do the taste test because we saw somebody, Susan, at the meetup. She said that when she watches your taste test, she thinks she has more of a palate for Ben. So you guys are a great duo that way. Rob agrees with me. Every time he sees Antho on something, he's like, no. But we've been surprised. We've been surprised a few times. I think it's because I don't have a trained set of taste buds. I'm still learning what all the different flavor notes mean. It can be challenging reviewing tomatoes because there's only so many adjectives you can use. There's only so many flavor notes, I've never heard somebody say it's got notes of strawberry with apricot on the back end, But I think the more tomatoes you taste, the more you'll realize what you like, what you love, and what you'll like to grow in the future. And then that will help you choose things, for future grow lists. Nobody's grown this one? Karen agrees with me about Lucid Gem. I didn't like Antho tomatoes at all until I grew Lucid Gem last year. Yep, I agree. All right, nobody? Oh, hi, Justin. I grew Adelaide Festival with the Antho, and the fruit tasted like tomato leaves. Did that have Antho on it? I grew that a few years ago. I don't remember Antho on that. I remember really liking it. Interesting. Okay. Nobody's grown Daniel Burson. That's surprising. I have to add it to my list for next year. Okay, next one. Rainbow Spray. This is a new one. I got my seeds from Natalia at Lux Tomatoes, but Tomato Eden has it. Graf Samina, I believe, has it. I took the photos from Lux Tomatoes. She has the best photos. Let me enlarge this for you. How beautiful is this? Speaking of Antho, there you go, right on the top there. That looks like mini Lucid Gems, does it not? Lux Tomatoes, this is the information from them. Productive, indeterminate, mid-season variety up to 1.5 meters high. Simple and complex brushes up to 7 to 12 round fruits. The fruits are very beautiful, dark yellow with a red crown and blue shoulders, weighing 60 to 100 grams. The flesh on the cut is lemon colored, juicy, sweet, with fruity notes. Excellent for fresh consumption and whole fruit canning. Best to form it into 2 stems. And then I saw a review on Instagram that said it's a high yield, dense, juicy lemon-colored pulp, truly mesmerizing color of the fruits, bright, contrasting, very attractive appearance, ideal taste when fresh, excellent for canning and fresh consumption. Anybody grown this one? I know it says new, but usually new by the time it's gotten to, Tomato Eden Lux tomatoes, it's been out for a year or so. Has anybody grown this or growing it this year? Hey, Quincy, nice to see you. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Wow, that's stunning. And the photo on the right is obviously it on the vine. Really just struck me as gorgeous in that interior. Ye old garden guy, I agree, looks great. And Linda says pretty. Let me enlarge the photo again so you guys can see that the interior. Pretty, right? Uh-oh. Tell me I'm not kicking myself off of the episode again. For those of you joining late, I've already kicked myself out of the episode twice. So that's rainbow spray. All right, next one is one from Poland, I think. Yes. ELA, ELA 3, or ELYA 03. I had this on my wish list. I've got a few of the other Elas. These are like Jarsons and Kazulas and KAS where they're numbered. So this one I got from Lux Tomatoes, and I believe other places have it as well. Lux says it's new, productive, indeterminate, mid-season, about 1.5 meters high. Bushes strong, forms 5 to 6 fruits in a bunch. Slightly flattened color of green ochre. The flesh is emerald, juicy, sweet, very tasty. This looks like a Lauren tomato. I love my Greenland ripe. They recommend you grow it 2 to 3 stems, resistant to tomato diseases. And then another site called Tomatinka says this is something incredible. I can't stop admiring it. It's mesmerizing already in seedlings, and off it goes. Huge brushes from bottom to top, shape, color, appearance. I can't tear myself away. 5 to 7 tomatoes in a bunch. The flesh is emerald, juicy, sweet, and very tasty. Anybody growing this or have grown it? Looks amazing, right? Green with ochre, I know. Speaking my language. Yours too, Linda. Oh, Pretty's growing it this year. They're still green. You'll have to let us know. Looks amazing. Or are you talking about the last one? You're probably talking about the last one, since your comments from 2 minutes ago. Maybe not. Maybe it's this one. You'll have to let us know. Yeah, this looks really great. So many seed chambers, lots of seeds and goo in there, and that amber color, amber when ripe, that I love so much. Looks really, really great. So that is from Poland. Next one is green in the name, but it's not green. It's called Greenhorn. An interesting, productive, tall variety mid-season. The stems are thin with few leaves, or bushes thin with few leaves. Good fruit set, long fruiting. The fruits are round, elongated with a sharp curved nose, burgundy with a green stripe, weighing 110 to 200 grams. The flesh is cherry colored when cut, few seeded, sweet with a slight sourness, tasty. A universal variety. The fruits are well stored. The bush is formed into 2 to 3 stems. And then Sophia's site. Does she have anything new to add? Brown, green, striped oblong fruits. Pulp is dark red, very tasty, Sophia says. I love the looks of this. I just do. And it's another one that's, smaller. We were talking about how some tomatoes, I've always been beefsteaks or cherries, but I'm getting more into the saladettes lately. There's a lot of flavor. Well, to be had in any tomato, really, but the saladettes, there's some really good flavor. Greenhorn is a newbie. Yes, it is. It's a brand new one. Little cutie, says Linda. It is so different, isn't it, Eva? Very unique. I got my seeds from Lux Tomatoes. If you're just joining us, make sure you type in hashtag tomato. Giving away 3 seed prizes at the end of the episode. We'll do a few more. Don't want it to go like last week was a little insane. So that's Greenhorn. Anybody grown that? Don't think so. Since it's brandy new. Next one, Giant of Siebenbergen. This is from Romania, and it's a monster. It is a big, big tomato. Tomato Fifuse from Belgium says it's a rare heirloom variety originating from Siebenbergen, Transylvania, Romania. Large red fruit weighing 400 to 600 grams. So that's well over 1 pound. Thin skin, my fave. Meaty and dense beef meat with heirloom tomato flavor. Excellent, sweet, and rich. Plant with great development, regular foliage, indeterminate growth. Excellent production in the second half of the season. And then Adaptive Seeds carries seeds for these, and they've got other things to add. They say it's a big red ox heart shaped 12 to 18 ounce fruit with tender skin. The photo from on the scale. How do I get rid of that? I don't know how to get rid of that. It's showing like 1.5 pounds. I can't get rid of the thing that says slide 12, at least not for me. It's a giant tomato, good for fresh eating, but best broiled or cooked into soup or sauce. Broiled. Sometimes one fruit is too much for one person to eat all at once. Late but high yields. We wait every year for this one to ripen and are never disappointed because the flavor is incredibly good, shockingly sweet and rich. I think this may need to go on next year's grow list for me. Did we mention this tomato is huge? Originating in Siebenbergen, the 7 medieval cities established by the ethnic German Saxons in Transylvania, Romania. Siebenbergen is not synonymous with Transylvania, but it is part of its cultural makeup. So this is quite a famous tomato there. Who's grown this? Somebody surely has grown this one. Good dual-purpose tomato for slicing or canning. I keep trying to break up with my XXL tomatoes. I can't. Spaghetti sauce. Yeah, for sure. We tend to do one big one each year. And it seems to turn out that the ones that we think are going to be the giant ones aren't. And like last year, the big surprise for us was large membranous. We had fruits that were almost 3 pounds, like 2.5 pounds. It was crazy. And we had never even had a 2-pounder before. And they were in clusters. So this sounds like a really great tomato. Francis, too much for one person to eat. Amateurs. No kidding, right? No kidding. Yeah, the description sounds great. Looks juicy, nice and big. Rich, sweet, shockingly sweet and rich. That's from Adaptive Seeds. Excellent sweet. Oh, Tomato Fifuse says the same thing. Excellent, sweet, and rich. So that's Giant of Siebenbergen. Huge tomato, sweet and rich flavor. Wow, must buy seeds and grow next year. Yeah, Adaptive Seeds, I think has them in stock. I know they have them on their site. I don't think you'll have a hard time finding these, but I was on their site today, saw it listed. Part of me is now thinking they may be out of stock. But again, if you guys are writing things down, write things down. Save it for Seed Seeking Saturday in the group. If you're not a member of our group, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, join us, even if you just join Facebook just to be part of our group. On every Saturday, you can choose up to 5 varieties that you're looking for, and somebody can grant them. And we have a number one most wanted too. So I hope that with my show and showcasing these varieties each week, and I do see things come on Seed Seeking Saturday. Often I have a feeling Mizora is going to be on there this week. The hard thing's going to be I want to eat all of them, but I want to save seeds too. Okay. Focus, Lauren, focus. Get off the Mizora. I'm so proud of myself for not eating this so far. How many hours till he gets home? Another hour. I'm good. All right, next tomato. This is one I've actually grown before. And for some reason, I have not put the review up on Instagram yet. So, and believe me, I've got such a backlog of things I haven't put up on Instagram, but this was a really good tomato, Gros Bordeaux Noir. And grew this in my quest for really good red tomatoes, really kind of a red purple tomato. It is good. We rated it a 7.5 out of 10, which is a really good rating for us. 5.5 on the refractometer, so good sweetness to it. I wrote a very tasty purple tomato. Ripening was mid-season and produced a good amount of these round beefsteaks, averaging 6 to 10 ounces. The interior is a striking deep red with a nice amount of seeds and goo to make it juicy. Lots of tang and sweetness with a wonderful, deep, haunting flavor that lingers in the best way possible. Unfortunately, the last notes became a bit watery, leaving the richness behind. But overall, it was a great tomato for those liking more intense fruits as we do. And that could have been due to a number of things being watery. I believe they got better towards the end of the season, but still 7.5 out of 10 for us is a really good review. I've got to get that review up on Instagram. Too many things and not enough hours in the day. Ms. Jenkins, you are a bad influence on me. You are a bad influence. I can't do it. And wouldn't you guys want to know what Rob thinks too when I do my written review, that it's not just me? We tend to have the same taste. It's really kind of weird. Almost always, with the exception of he likes the orange tomatoes for his tomato sandwiches. I like loud flavored tomatoes for my tomato sandwiches. But other than that, we always seem to be really in sync. It's kind of funny. They say when you've been together a long time, you start to look like each other. We've been together since we were 16, so maybe we start to eat like each other. I don't know. Denise, this is a really good one. Growing Gros Bordeaux Noir this year. Had my first ripe fruit last week. Was it you? Somebody put up a review. Was it? I think it was you, Denise. And that's what made me think, oh yeah, I did that. I reviewed it. And then I looked and I'm like, no, I didn't. We write down the reviews in a notebook, but I wrote like some general notes like I just read for you, but not the, I have to put in the entire long, lengthy review with all of our tasting notes. Okay, what's next? Oh, I'm actually going right along. I've got 2 more. I think we can finish. I mean, it's a 2-hour show, right? Who cares? Next one. Black oil. I got these seeds from Tomato Faifu last year. Looked interesting. The origin is not definite. Tomato Faifu says it's from Russia. This other site that I stole the photo from the top. No, actually it was a different site. Another site said it was from France. So that's why I left it off. I don't know exactly where it's from, but if you trust Tomato Faifu, they say it's a rare variety from Russia. Fruit of 200 to 300 grams of beefsteak type, round, flattened at the poles, and more or less ribbed at the top. Brown red color turning brick red when fully ripe, green shoulders. Thick and juicy beef, rich and smoky flavor typical of blacks. My fave. Love black tomatoes. Not the Antho black, but blacks like this. Very vigorous plant with great development, regular foliage, indeterminate growth, good and regular harvests from mid-season until frost, good uniformity in fruit size, well suited to regions with cool summers and or short seasons. And then another site, Eco Tomato, says indeterminate, mid-early. Under ideal growing conditions, the fruits can be 400 to 500 grams. One of the largest black fruited varieties with uniform setting on the brushes. High disease resistance and productivity originates from France. So there you go. You've got somebody from Russia, somebody from France. So I leave it off and just don't say where it's from because it's not that I always have to be right, but if I know I can't be exact, I don't say it. I do like to share breeder and origin though when I can. I think it's really important. Anybody grown black oil? Denise, it was you that did roast Bordeaux Noir. Yeah, you put it back on my radar. I don't know how I missed it. Such a beautiful tomato. Glad you liked it. And Linda says, yum. Yeah, like I said, I got my seeds last year from Tomato Fifu from Belgium. I don't know if they still have them in stock or not. Blah, blah says, very pretty tomato. It is. It is black oil. I love the name of it, too. All right. My sweet tomato sister sent me black oil. I have them at the top of my 2026 list. Very nice, Mary. Mary, you're such a good egg. Okay, last one. Another one I can't believe I haven't talked about before, but I haven't grown it. Dwarf Crimson Sockeye. This is a Dwarf Tomato Project release. It was originally bred by Patrina Nusky Small. She is the other half. So Patrina and Craig started the Dwarf Tomato Project, and then it exploded into many others who breed things and also help stabilize, which is the case with the Dwarf Tomato Project here. So I put it as origin Australia and United States because while she bred it in Australia, other people helped to stabilize it in the United States. This is a cross between Rosella Purple and Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye. How have I not grown this before? I ask you, I don't know. I don't know because both of those are great tomatoes. Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye is one of my favorites. They have a look of a black, this information is from Secret Seed Cartel, by the way. They have the look of a black tomato, but are in fact a deep pink when sliced. Beautiful little mini beefsteaks ranging from 4 to 8 ounces. Perfect for container gardening, patios, or rooftop gardens. And then Victory Seeds, which is pretty much the official seed vendor of the Dwarf Tomato Project, says it's a rugose regular leaf variety that produces large yields of medium 4 to 10 ounce tomatoes. The fruit are smooth-skinned, slightly ribbed shoulders, oblate in shape with a well-balanced flavor. As their name implies, the underlying color is that of a pink fruit, but like pink fruit in the black fruited category, they retain varying degrees of chlorophyll, giving them a richer, darker, pink exterior color made obvious when slicing them open. And although this variety has appeared quite stable and consistent for us, we have seen other vendors offering Dwarf Crimson Sockeye that appears to be a throwback to its Rosella Purple parentage. So this came from Victory Seeds information recently, so I guess there's others out there. I've grown Dwarf Crimson Sunset, but not Crimson Sockeye. Developed by members of the Dwarf Tomato Project, this variety originated from a cross between Rosella Purple and Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye. Dwarf Crimson Sockeye was first bred by Patrina Nusky Small in 2009 and named Tidy. It was then developed, selected, and named by Ted Maiden with Sue Bailey, and then it was introduced for the 2016 gardening season. Anybody grown this one? That looks really good. I'd want that on a sandwich, to be honest. Dwarf Crimson Sockeye, I agree. Oh, Harley's in love. Me too. I don't know how I missed those crosses. Had I known the crosses, I would have. Well, I have a lot of things on my grow list each year, and things fall by the wayside when many of you out there send me some rare things and stuff that I've been looking for and all that. So things go by the wayside, but I think I need to put this on my grow list for next year. Oh, Olivia grew it in 2023. It was delicious. Good to know. And Leslie's growing it this year. Great. And Jamie's growing Tennessee suited, and I think that it must be part of that same cross. Mary grew it last year. I got one fruit before going on a week-long vacation, and the plant was destroyed by a hailstorm while I was away. But that one tomato was delicious. Well, it seems to be unanimous that everybody who's tried it loves it. So it sounds like a good one. So that's it for the tomatoes today. Make sure you type in #tomato. And let me tell you, we're giving away 3 prizes. First one is a donation from Robin Moulton. Thank you again, Robin. She's giving away to one person a package of Kentucky heirlooms: Hilltop, Greasy Creek, Blackberry, Wingo Wonder, and Vice Family. And then I'm giving away 2 packs, 2 things. And again, if I owe you seeds, I'm feeling better. Seeds are starting to leave my house again. I've got Gros Bordeaux Noir, Jaune Flamme, so 2 that I talked about today, and then some others I know people have been looking for, like Carl's Emslandtraube, a variety I grew last year called Fred SGDB, Terracotta Cherry, which I mentioned today, and Hunk Papa, which somebody was asking about in the group the other day. So I thought I would add that in there. I grew that last year. It was great. So I'm giving away 2 packages of that. So let's first do Robin's. Let's see. To those of you who donate for giveaways and stuff, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Jen appreciates it for our Tomato Talk Live too. It's very, very generous of you. Jamie Hill. Congratulations, Jamie. Aren't you glad you're here? And then, so you get Robin Moulton's package. If you could please private message Robin, or Robin, if you're still here, if you could private message Jamie, that would help me out a lot. Let me I'll change the length of the time on this bin duration. It's a little short. I want to make sure it goes through everybody. Okay. So one of my 2 packages, Gros Bordeaux Noir, Jaune Flamme, Carl's Emslandtraube, Fred SGDB, Terracotta Cherry, and Hunk Papa. First one. And you can private message me on these. I'm a little too long this time. But at least we got through all the names. Leslie, sweet as Kenobi, congratulations. You can please message me. We'll work that out with your address. And then last one. Mary, congratulations, Mary. Oops, I didn't do that again. Shoot. Congratulations, Mary. Congratulations to all of you. And thank you for watching. This has been a fun episode. It's really, really nice doing an episode where I'm feeling myself again. And I'm grateful to all of you for being here. Gosh, we have 112 live viewers right now. That's amazing. Thanks to those of you watching on Instagram. I can't see your comments until after I get off the air. You can, if you want to be a part of next week's episode, just watch on my YouTube channel, which is Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. And please subscribe, not subscribe, subscribe to my channel, please, and like this episode. That does help me. But also you can follow me on Instagram to get more detailed reviews. That's at Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. And that's it. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday for another garden tour, and next Thursday for another episode. Think about coming September 26th to our tomato tasting seed swap. I promise you it'll be worth your while. All right. Thanks, everybody. Love you all.